Existence Brewing.
Okay, Cosmic Kiddos, it's time for another Existence Brewing download.
But Maddie and I have been talking about that a lot lately because she's been running across a lot of content on social media about how to unplug from the Epstein drama and all this horrible stuff that's getting pumped out there, because people are losing their shit thinking about what's happened to all these innocent children and women and people. And it's like I told her, you got to keep a perspective on that stuff, because you have to understand at the end of the day that your role in all of that, all of those most heinous things that we think about, your absolute role at the end of the day in that is universal. It's axiomatic, and it's the same for every single one of us. Yes, while you can join groups of people and stand up and protest and get your signs out, and not saying that you shouldn't either, but while you can do all of that to try and forward some kind of change and difference, you can't depend on that having an impact. The one and only thing that you can absolutely do to forge a change is never to do those things yourself to another person. That's it. That's the only thing you can truly rely upon yourself to do at the end of every day that makes that difference, is not perpetrate the same ills that you're hearing about that others have been guilty of.
Well, and
that's it. And it's the same for anything you might hear that's similar or even falls way below it. The only way you don't get a parking ticket is you don't park there. Yeah. I mean, it goes all the way down to being that innocuous.
Well, and one thing I will add again on this whole chapter that we're in with the reckoning, as we've called it on the podcast, is at least, I've got hopeful. I'm hopeful for humanity in the sense that we have, I think, seen a line that's being drawn. And there is a genuine consensus that enough's enough. And there were parts of our history, and I don't want to get into the weeds too much with you on this, but there were parts or times in our history where things would happen with people in power, and it was just kind of like, yeah, it's okay, he can get away with that because he's the president or whatever. I mean. And I think that at this point, we're finally saying, no, there's going to be some accountability. And whether we believe that it's going to be, people are going to be held to the level of accountability that they deserve to be held to, or that there weren't victims involved or justice being served, whatever that view is of justice, I still think, there's hope for humanity in the sense that, people are finally going, okay, now this is too far.
Well, we're still here and we have it tomorrow. So I guess that always paints a palette for hope for humanity, because we have that choice every single day. And I'll frost the cupcake further by just saying this, because I can be quite the misanthrope, the self-professed space kiddo here who likes to disassociate himself from humanity because he doesn't really believe that he's a part of it, but he's running around in one of their skins. So you got to take some ownership at some point, right? And again, I can be as misanthropic as anybody, but I would say if you're down on humanity, enlarge your perspective, take what you said and absolutely plug it in day to day, but enlarge your perspective as well to a universal sense, and think about all the life forms that are out there and realize that human beings have an absolute purpose in the universe. And I'm convinced that it's our stock in truly being able to have the best time of any of the critters on this block or any other in the known realms. I mean, we really know how to party it up, how to celebrate our existence. The only problem we're having right now is that we're young. We're a very young species. And so that energy isn't harnessed yet. It's not under control. It's frenetic as fuck. It's bouncing all over the place, just like we are. But that's exactly what I think most of our ET friends who check in on us and have been looking in on us, they may know better, but they don't know how to do that. And they want that desperately. They want us to get our shit under control so we can show them this is how you do that. This is how you celebrate being here. And you're not so fucking Vulcan about it. You're not so gray alien about it. You're really celebrating being here.
We hope this download brewed up something for your existence. To find more, and for full episodes of Existence Brewing, check out the podcasts at existencebrewing.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts online.
Existence Brewing.